ghost movies, haunting movies, paranormal movies. How do you feel? I mean, are any of these movies even remotely accurate at all? Are they telling a true story?
Sure. Yeah, I do some different movie reviews on my YouTube channel, Haunted Road Media, which has a lot of different paranormal videos on it. But I just recently reviewed Conjuring 2,
Okay.
which, you know, it included some real elements of the story, a little bit more so than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
With the first Conjuring movie, that was the Perron house, and I'm actually really good friends with Andrea Perron, the oldest daughter from that house, and
Okay.
it's kind of like they got the names correct, and everything else, I don't want to say it was completely fabricated, but there was very little from the true story that they actually included in the film. The films were great,
Mm-hmm.
as far as the movie's concerned. And even with the second Conjuring movie, it's like, okay, they included some stuff like, that there was some doubt as to, whether or not the girls were telling the truth. They included the levitation photos and things like that. So, and even the older gentleman that was haunting the houses, they kept those types of elements, but then it just went crazy off into the wild, and
Mm-hmm.
the fact that they had Ed and Lorraine Warren as primary characters in this film was, to the true story, absurd, because they were only there for a single day and weren't even invited. So,
Wow.
yeah, so you take it with a grain of salt. But my hope is that perhaps these movies will cause people to actually do a little research on their own and dive into those stories and find out the truth of the matter.
Right, and the truth of the matter is always the most important thing, and I hope these movies do that as well. Mike, I think poltergeist activity is probably the most well-known type of paranormal activity. What do you feel about poltergeist? I mean, have you ever experienced anything?
As far as what you might consider poltergeist activity, I've seen, objects, kind of fly across the room a little bit with no explanation, but not like you would see in, like the movie Poltergeist, where stuff's flying around all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't seen, multiple objects flying around the room for, hours on end.
Sure.
But an object here or there that you could say, okay, if that was paranormal, that could possibly be poltergeist activity. I've seen a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm. From what you said, it sounds like you said you do believe in demons and things of that sort. Do you think ghosts have a spiritual connection with us?
Do ghosts have a spiritual connection with us?
Yeah, the paranormal or ghosts in general. I mean, do you think that they are souls trapped on this earth? I mean, what exactly do you think they are here when they're stuck here?
Yeah, it's a very good question, because that's one of the things that we are trying to discover in this field is why exactly these spirits have remained on Earth, while it seems like others have gone on somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I do know people that have had personal connections with ghosts and spirits, and which is really interesting. Ghosts can sometimes become a person's very good or best friend. And so it's interesting to see those type of relationships develop. But as far as why a ghost may be here, there may be some sort of unfinished business that they have, or there may be something that they're holding on to in the physical world that they don't want to let go. They could just be one of those people that are like, hey, this has always been my home, so I'm going to stay at home. So you don't really know. That's one of the things that we try to find out and discover as paranormal investigators, is
Mm-hmm.
why is this spirit here?
So, with the idea of, or the theory of the spirits being attached to something tangible or in an inanimate object here on Earth, have you had any experiences like that? I know you've named a few things in your past. Anything personal that really stuck with you in a personal experience?
From personal experience, I'll just bring up something that's kind of personal to me. Is my grandparents. My grandfather passed away before my grandmother, and I truly believe that he was, just kind of hanging around for a while, and was waiting for my grandmother to pass away. And so there are times that I've kind of felt him nearby, and there are other members of my family that believe that he had made his presence known. And so it was kind of like, okay, Grandpa's visiting everybody while waiting for Grandma to pass away. Which once she did, nobody's really kind of seen or heard from him since. So
sure,
it seems that they've gone off somewhere.
I can relate to that. I believe my grandfather used to come to my door sometimes at night when I was younger and check on me. Now, he had passed just a little bit before I was born, the same year. Do you believe that spirits can go from one realm to the other? Is it possible for them to leave and come back to here or another realm or whatever you'd want to call it?
Yeah, and that's another good question, because you have different cultures that believe in different things. You have some cultures that believe that you can call upon the spirits of your ancestors to help out in your daily life, while others believe in reincarnation. And I've seen, honestly, I've seen proof on both matters where, people have called upon the ancestors, and, something positive has happened after that call was made. And, I've also seen different things happen in my personal life where it's like, this seems to be, reincarnation here. So, and kind of some, real no doubt sort of elements to that. So, I think the spirit world is something that we are trying to understand as human beings, but because of I think it's multidimensional, and because of those different dimensions that are kind of beyond our perspective that we have in a 3D world as human beings, I think that the human mind doesn't quite understand or grasp what all that is just yet.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. I think there's a lot as humans that we have not grasped and might possibly never will. I don't know. I hope we do. And I hope people continue to investigate these things like you do to try to figure them out. Mike, if you don't mind, I have a couple of questions from some fans. I have Amy who would like to ask you, do you believe in Ouija boards? Do you think they're dangerous? Can they conjure spirits?
I definitely think it's real. I've seen too many cases in which something has happened just after a Ouija board was used, mostly improperly. Now, I've also had mixed opinions on this as well. Some people, of course, swear off of Ouija boards. Don't use it. They're evil. You're going to invite something in. And I've also seen people use them as a tool, trying to talk to their spirit guides and claim that if you use it the right way, it can be a very positive tool to use.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I don't want to play with fire. I've kind of stayed away from that for now. But yeah, I definitely believe that they can act as a portal to the supernatural realm. But on that note, what you do with a Ouija board, trying to contact and speak with spirits from that realm, we're kind of doing the same thing with audio recorders too. So, because we're asking, hey, interact with me, talk into this, or like with the K2 meter, hey, can you make it light up? So it has similar elements.
Yeah.
But it's just not laid out like a spirit board.
Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And see, that's why I love talking to different people, because I've never even thought of it that way. And that's such a great way to look at it. Mike, I have one more question from Richard. He is going to ask you, have you ever been fearful or something happened to make you leave or run out of an investigation before?
No, I haven't run out of an investigation.
No. Awesome. Well, Mike, tell us any upcoming projects, anything going on in the future?
Yeah, I have a lot of different things going on with Haunted Road Media. Of course, I'm always writing books, so there'll be more coming out in the future there as far as my writing. So, But yeah, I usually have about 2 to 3 videos coming out per week on my YouTube channel, Hunter Grove Media. So go check that out, subscribe. As far as like book updates, you can check Rickseker.com, and then of course I'm still always working with Society of the Supernatural, and so we have a YouTube channel with that group as well. So yeah,
Great.
lots of things going on. So just stay tuned to my social media, and you'll see stuff pop up all the time.
Excellent. We definitely will. Dark Matters fans, be sure to check that out. Mike, again, thank you so much for coming on the show. We greatly appreciate it, and hope to have you back soon. Come visit us anytime.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on, Sam.
Awesome. Well, again, anything you want to share with us on the Dark Matters page or anything like that, you're always welcome to, and we'll keep you on our feed. And again, thank you so much for being on the show. You have a great night.
You too.